Aquatics Men's Under-20 Water Polo Championship. It's Brazil versus New Zealand as the game. We're kicking things off here on day 3. 6 matches in store for you today. When it comes to the national team of Brazil, no changes when you compare this the lineup to the one that played yesterday as their final group match, I should say. So it's Barbosa, Romagnoli, Martinelli, Diaz, Di Captain, Freitas, Leme, Cajaresi, Cerecer, Martins, Zerbieli, Vulhorst, Rocha, Gomez and Da Silva as the players chosen by the team head coach, George Chaya. When it comes to Team New Zealand, only one change when you compare it to their previous game played 2 days ago. It's Martin, it's the captain Phillips, Kishwara, Rogers, Schnauer, Dodansky, Moody, Clements, Baggett, Johnson, Schuler, Martin, Ibbotson and Lambert. Fuemana out, Johnson in as the only change, like I said previously. When it comes to the referees, it's Mr. Jorge Rijon Patino from Colombia and Mr. Lucky Letskabov from South Africa, TWPC delegate, Ms. Monica Brochero, and the VAR official is Mr. Blaho Ljubic. We entered that, I should say, critical stage of the competition. It is, although the first match of the second round, Group G is the one we're following first this morning. Group G and then as well as Group H, they entered that so-called round-robin series to eventually decide rankings from the 13th to the 20th place of this year's competition. Brazil finished second ahead of Team South Africa in their Group C respectively. Won against Team South Africa with the result 25-6 and then lost yesterday against Team Germany with 18-9. And when it comes to New Zealand, third in their group without any points. It was Group D, lost against Iran with 13-15 and then Kazakhstan 11-12. Those are the two results of their group phase. I should also mention, since we do have time, around a minute and a half until the first swim-off is about to begin, a crossover round starts as well, so-called do or die. Win and you're in, you're through. Lose and then you're also deciding your fate in the places that, of course, none of these teams that are still alive, I should say that and put it like that as well. Not something they quite have in plan, that they quite have in store, but we'll see what will be the final verdict of the day when we deal with the two crossover matches that we have in store at 7 p.m. at 8 p.m. local time as well. Iran versus Germany and then Australia versus China. But going back, circling back to our first game of this morning session. Around 20 seconds to go. And then it's going to be Wolfhorst versus Baggett as the two players are going to try to get to the ball first for their national teams. All set, on we go. First possession of the game goes to Team New Zealand, thanks to Gene Baggett. It's Schnauer as the center back. The ball goes to the captain Phillips, moves it immediately to the 2-meter line. Only a regular foul on Liam Dodansky. Back to the outfield line it goes, back to Baggett. Strong pressing from the Brazilian national team players. Again, the same thought process, getting the ball to the 2-meter line. That's the first exclusion. That's the first power play chance for New Zealand. Exclusion for Leme with the cap number 6. Phillips To the left winger, Schnauer, no goal, but there is a second chance to do so. And additional 18 seconds for that as well. Phillips, the excluded player, now back in the pool. Baggett, 8 seconds still left for this attack, and that's the first save for Vinicius Barbosa, the starting goalkeeper for Team Brazil. Wolhorst, alongside him, it's Rocha on that right back position, the captain Freitas as the right winger. Same thought process on the opposite side of the pool, playing through their center players. Diaz, and then a shot from Lucas Wolhorst. Not going to go into the back of the net just yet. The starting goalkeeper for New Zealand is Jack Martin. That should also be noted. Keshwara. Rogers. Back to Keshwara. Good positioning from the Brazilian player on the 2-meter line. And not the best ball passing skill there from Keshwara. His teammate did get his position in the end, but then not the best pass. Freitas, chance to convert this fast break shot, and he does. Andre Luis Freitas with the first goal of the game. Giving Team Brazil the lead. Baggett. Again, a strong pressing from the Brazilians. One of the Team New Zealand players swam through the middle and then to the right wing. Only 4 seconds left. And there's a shot. An attempt to get the first goal for New Zealand from Michael Rogers. Diagonal shot near the right post from my commentary perspective. Freitas. Limit. Ball goes to the left side for Burghorst. That gets the exclusion for number 5, Schnauer. First power play for Team Brazil. Let's see. Rocha. Back to Freitas it goes. And to the left post. Not the best pass to number 8. And that's Cereser. Missed opportunity there to double their advantage. Phillips, again, quite a poor ball to his teammate Dodanski. 4 versus 3, but Rogers will get there in time. Player on the right available for the pass. It's Rocha. Rocha, nicely done. Nice link-up play with Romagnoli, who takes the shot and scores to make it Brazil 2, New Zealand 0. Phillips. A foul from his opponent, Freitas. Can Rogers keep it in his possession? Yep, he can, and he can pass it to Dodanski. Dodanski takes the turn, and that's a switch of possession back to Team Brazil. Rocha. From one winger to the another, and then to the 2-meter line. That's enough for the penalty shot. Number 10, meaning it's Gene Baggett with his first personal foul. And it's a first for Lucas Wolhorst. First penalty shot, chance to make it his first goal in the game as well. Let's see, Wolhorst or Martin. Goalkeeper has to go back a bit, and that goes into the back of the net. Strong start from Team Brazil. Nice, clean, precise shot into the left corner with a skip shot, getting his name and surname on the score sheet as well. Less than 4 minutes still to go before the end of the first period. Brazil dominating the game so far. Still no answer from Team New Zealand. Phillips still with the ball. Then again an attempt to play it to Dodansky on the 2-meter line. Too many Brazilian players around him, surrounding him, and in the end stealing the ball back into their possession. Cajaresi provided the ball for Freitas, the captain. Cerecer. Romagnoli to the left side. Good swim through from number 5, if I've seen that correctly. Yep, it's the captain. But in the end, not quite what the Brazilian players were hoping for, how that action would play out in the end. Keshvara. Johnson with the ball, and that's the personal foul for number 8, meaning it's Cerecer that goes out for the first time, but the second one overall. The Team New Zealand has a power play. Keshvara. Clemens. Back to Keshvara. Saved by Barbosa, and there's the goal. Second attempt with the extra man in the pool. First goal thanks to Liam Dodansky, the player that was, truth to be told, the one that his teammates were trying to find on that 2-meter line with their passes. Didn't quite work, not until this action. From the right post, straight into the back of the net of Vinicius Barbosa. Still 2 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Cajaresi, ball by Phillips. A lot of movement, a lot of swimming, and now it's Zerbieli on that right wing position. Martins to the 2-meter line, and again enough for another power play. Number 8, meaning Clemens, is out for the first time. Good save by Jack Martin. It's his first of the game. Additional 18 seconds for Team Brazil. Cajaresi. Nice one. Saw the opportunity there to play it to Artur Diaz. And then in the replay, we'll see it again how he stayed all alone. And you see 3 different players surrounding him. One with a block in front of him, and then 2 on each side. Sublime finish to make it 4-1 for Team Brazil. Schnauer. Phillips. 2 players a bit crowded there on the 2-meter line, but not in that right corner. And not for Cole Phillips. Precise and powerful. Cutting the deficit. Back to 2 goals. Leme. Zerbieli. Diaz breaking free from his opponent, but not finding the solution. For the man between the posts, Jax Martin. Save number 2. Phillips. Immediately after receiving the ball, it was Baggett. And there's enough for another exclusion drawn by Lambert Irvin. The player that goes out, number 10, Zerbieli. Schnauer. Phillips gets even closer, but lacks precision in the end with his previous shot. Cajaresi. Any sign of the counter-attack? Not really. All players covered. Cajaresi, seeing that Diaz is waiting for the ball, and Moody goes out of play. Number 7 with his first personal foul. Wrong timing on that pass, as Diaz wasn't quite ready for it from Cajaresi. Missed opportunity to go to 5-2, at least in this attack, and at least with the remaining time. We'll see what happens, as there's less than 25 seconds to go. Schnauer. 4 seconds still to come from this attack for Team New Zealand. Schnauer, and that was blocked by number 7, meaning it was Eduardo Cajaresi. And then 7 seconds left. Lucas Wulhorst, after this ball from Cole Phillips, taking the shot himself, as, like I said, not enough time to do a bit more, as it looked like, but since Martin saved it, another 1.9 seconds left. Let's see what can be done with it. Well, exactly this. To make it exactly, Brazil 4, New Zealand 2, as the score after 8 minutes of the game played. Few more seconds and everything will be set for the second quarter of the first match of day 4 here in Zagreb, Croatia. Round robin is the one we're starting things off, kicking things off, and we kick things off in the second quarter with our second swim off. The first one and the second one now won by Team New Zealand. Baggett. That's an exclusion for his opponent with the cap number 11, meaning it's Wulfhorst, and it's his first one of the match. Schnauer, Baggett, Schuler, Schnauer back to the right side of the attack it goes, but that's another exclusion for number 4, meaning it's Diaz for the first time as well. Schuler. Now it's Baggett, but without a goal, with another opportunity to do so. Schnauer. Schuler. Baggett. To the right side of the attack it goes. Great block from João Pedro Leme. Still more to come from Team New Zealand, but without a goal in the end. Did look promising though. It wasn't really a third time's the charm. At the start of the second quarter with their 3 consecutive attacks, and now it's a chance for Rocha, and that's the penalty. Isaac Schuler, first personal foul of the match. The only outcome that could possibly be there after the way he tried to stop his opponent. So now it's up to Jax Martin to try and stop the man on the 5-meter line. And that's another goal for Lucas Wolhorst. (5-2), his second from the penalty shot. 2 out of 4 when it comes to his attempts so far as well, like our little graphics there says. Keshwara. Schnauer has 2 options at the 2-meter line, one of them going to the right wing. In the meantime, Lambert Irwin. That's another piece of possession for New Zealand, and that's another goal. Number 4, Michael Rogers with his first of the game. Fine shot in the opposite side of Vinicius Barbosa's goal. And goal number 6 for the previously mentioned young man from New Zealand here in Zagreb. Leme. Fouled by Keshwara. And that's the foul in the attack from Cesar da Silva. Possession back for Team New Zealand. Rogers back to Ibbotson. Then it's Rogers again. Brazilian player with a low block in front of the opponent's 2-meter line player, and that's a poor pass. Romagnoli intercepted the ball. And now there's a chance to go to +3 for Brazil. They did go to that advantage so far. 2 times now there's a chance to make it the third one, to maybe even build more on it if they continue the way they started this match. Leme. Freitas. 4 seconds to go. Saved by Martins, but in the end, the rebounded ball goes into the back of his net. I think this should be Da Silva, if I'm not mistaken. Let's see when he puts his cap back on. Yep. Cesar Da Silva. Now confirmed by the official announcer of this competition. It's Brazil 6, New Zealand 3. The man at the right place at the right time with the cap number 14. And with his first of the match as well. So far, Wolfhorst as the only one that's scored more than 1 goal. Has a brace so far. Barbosa. Easy ball for him as well. Has Rocha on the right. That's where the ball goes as well. Now it's Freitas. Romagnoli. Back to Freitas. Freitas, nice ball to the 2-meter line. And then Artur Diaz does the rest. So Schnauer goes out. Another power play for Team Brazil. And another goal for Team Brazil thanks to Patrick Romagnoli. Not quite all set. Now we should be, as we had an extra player in the pool. Clements, Keshvara. Clements went through from Chungson to the right side of the attack, opening up the space. Rogers, now it's Baggett. Keshvara, 5 seconds left, and again, could have done better with that pass. Wolfhorst, no foul. Wolfhorst has a chance for a goal or a penalty shot, or an exclusion as the third one. That did play out in the end that way as the third option from the given ones. Martinelli back to Wolfhorst, exclusion for Rogers, his first of the match. Diaz, not enough precision in that one, staying at 7-3. Exactly 4 minutes now before the halftime. Phillips Rogers and Dodansky as the only scorers for Team New Zealand. Let's see, will that change in this attack? Clements, and that should be a fall in the attack, so possession goes back to Team Brazil. Martinelli back to Barbosa, who has 3 saves so far. On the other side, Jax Martin has 2 more. Martinelli, not enough of contact for anything that Diaz was trying to get there. And after the exclusion, timeout called by Mr. Lachlan Griffiths. Number 5 with the exclusion, meaning it's Freitas, the captain. Now let's see what Mr. Griffiths has in store for his players. Additional intel from him, and of course instructions for this power play, their 6th one of the match. All right, now let's see. Baggett, Clements, through Phillips, it goes to the right side of the attack, back to the left one now. Clements, Keshvara, Phillips going in the middle, and a good block from one of the Brazilian national team players. Chance for a fast break here with Martinelli, and that's the exclusion for number 2 for the captain, Cole Phillips. Martinelli, Pajaresi, to the left side and into the goal. Fine shot from number 4, Artur Diaz. Second one of the match as well for him. Straight into the goal when he received it. immediately skip shot in that near corner for his second goal of the tournament. Brazil 8, New Zealand 3 with 2 minutes and a bit over 30 seconds still to come before the half-time in the first match of day 4 here in Zagreb, Croatia. Phillips, Clements. Back to the captain it goes, 5 seconds left. Clements saved by Barbosa. Chance for the counter attack through Cajaresi, the player that was the quickest being Vulhorst. Husky's opponent at arm's length. Now it's the other one, it's a Baggett. Phillips has a bit of a different obligations there on the 2-meter line. Keeping an eye out on Zerbieli, who in the end does the fall in the attack. So the referee spots it and there's an overturn. Switching the possession now back into Jax Martin hands. Johnson. Getting even closer to the attacking zone. Phillips. Back to the right side then. Back into Barbosa's hand. Saved once again. Vinicius Barbosa now has 5 saves in total, equaling Jax Martin's number of saves, and this is an exclusion. We'll see, maybe for number 8, Clements, but we'll see. VAR review is in progress. That's exactly what Mr. Lescabo is showing here. Oh, they're checking goal/no goal situation. You can hear some of the fans from the stands, and I don't have to explain to you which team they're cheering. All right, on we go with 76 seconds left before the half-time. No goal as the VAR decision, as you saw as well. Martins couldn't really get through the second obstacle there. The ball did pass near Baggett, but not near the other player that was keeping an eye out on Zerbieli as the center forward, or center player, whatever you like to call it. Baggett. Phillips. Back to Baggett. 5 seconds left. Baggett. Phillips. 2 seconds left, and majority of time that is left in the second quarter, it's going to be Team Brazil if everything goes according to their plan. If they use the full time they have at their disposal. Martins. Tereser. Fine one from the center back position. Number 11, Lucas Vulhorst now with 3 goals scored. The number of goals in the tournament so far goes to 12. Johnson. Less than 2.5 seconds. And not even enough for Dodansky to take the shot. To have an additional attempt, so there you go. 16 minutes down, 16 more minutes to go. It's Brazil 9 and New Zealand 3. And right off the bat, since the start of the match, the Brazilian team was very dominant, and either it's 2 goals of a difference now. At this quarter, it went to +6 in total. The halftime statistics as well, as shown on your screens. And in less than 4.5 minutes, we'll continue with the remaining time of this first match of the so-called round robin. It is still too early for some of us, I guess. Quarter number 3, it's Brazil 9, New Zealand 3 in our first match of day 4 here in Zagreb, Croatia, of our round robin. And there's the first possession when it comes to this round, but of course The entire swim-off situation is now 2-1. After one of the Brazilian players got to the ball first. So now it's Martins. Overturned. Pass goes back to the New Zealand's goalkeeper. So far, no changes when it comes to their scorers in this match. It's Phillips, it's Rogers, and it's Dunsky. So, an attempt to change that in this attack. It's Moody. It's Rogers. Still with the ball, but still with 5 seconds left. And no need for an intervention from goalkeeper with the cap number 13 within the Brazilians' ranks. It's Lucas Gomes who replaced Vinicius Barbosa. Cajaresi. And this should be an exclusion. Yep, number 6, meaning it's Dudansky that goes out. His first personal foul of the match. Romagnoli. Ball goes to the left winger, Martinelli. Romagnoli once again still concentrating on that left side of the attack. Martins. Fabulous diagonal shot. Starting strong in the third quarter as well. After that asserted dominance in the first 8 minutes of the game, it just keeps going and going and going, and the advantage keeps growing and growing and growing. Goal number 7 for him in this tournament. Clements. Kishwara. Ball goes to Ibbotson. Ibbotson hits the woodwork. Cajaresi. Tereser. Romagnoli alone on that left side after that swing through from his teammate. An attempt to dribble, 5 seconds left. So let's see who's he gonna find with his pass. It's gonna be Cerecer. Cerecer. What a stunner to make it 11-3, to make it 2-0 when it comes to the goals scored so far in this quarter, and a bit over than 2 minutes have been played. Clements. Phillips again hits the woodwork. 2 shots so far, both of them not enough precision to make it 4th goal of Team New Zealand. Cerecer. Martins. Cajaresi. An attempt from that right back position, and one of the referees is showing to the Brazil team head coach Georgia to calm down, that it's all good, that they saw that there should be another 18 seconds for their attack, and that's exactly what's happening right now. Martins. Martinelli to the 2-meter line. Tough pass, but fine piece of display from Diaz, getting the exclusion, and now it's the left winger getting the goal. Patrick Romagnoli. Firing a into the opposite side of the goal. A diagonal shot worthy of goal number 12 for Team Brazil. Three out of three. That's his goal scoring promise so far. 100% of shot efficiency. Exactly how much Zerese has, but he had only one attempt so far, so it's 1 out of 1. Wolfhorst and Romagnoli being the top scorers of their national team, respectively. We'll see. Will anybody join them, or it's going to be two of them as the ones that are topping the scoring list. Meanwhile, change of the possession back into Team New Zealand's hands. And it's Schnauer. Schnauer has a teammate on the left side, doesn't really spot it in time. Now all covered by Rocha. Phillips. Phillips saved by Lucas Gomez. Whatever they did try from these upfield positions from that 6-meter line, nothing really came out of it to Woodward's hit. Not really a chance to pass it to the 2-meter line player as well. But there's a chance to do so on the opposite side of the pool without the final outcome for goal number 13. Baggett. Phillips. After fall from Diaz. Phillips. Great block from Rocha. And there's the exclusion for previously mentioned player, the captain, Cole Phillips. While swimming back, spotted by one of the referees, so power play to Team Brazil. Wolhorst, Martinelli, from left winger to the one on the right side. Chance to pass it to the left post and into the goal. Was quite clear where that one's gonna go. Player on the left post being Artur Diaz. Third goal in this match, and a timeout called by Lachlan Griffiths before we continue with 3 minutes and 18 seconds before the end of the penultimate quarter. Schuler, Schnauer, Changson swimming through, then Keshwara with the same attempt, getting the exclusion, drawing the exclusion. Number 3, meaning Martinelli, is out for the first time. Schuler, ball goes to the left winger, opening up his angle, and there's the goal. Number 15, Harry Lambert-Irvin. Last goal scored by Team New Zealand was all the way at the start of the second quarter. So quite some time before they found the back of the net. Steal it for Baggett, who now has 2 versus 1 situation. Baggett to the left side, and that's enough for a penalty. Personal foul number 1 for Eduardo Cajaresi. And it's gonna be Jean Baggett as it stands on now. Yep. Number 10, but a chance to make it 13-5. Number 6 has to move a bit further away. That's Joao Pedro Leme. That's what Jorge Rincon Patino was showing, but no goal in the end for Jean Baggett. Hits the post, so we're staying at 13-4. Romagnoli looking over to the left where Vulhorst is expecting the pass. Center player turned to the right now, trying to get that position. Spotted by Schuler, so he goes back with a block. Vulhorst still keeping the ball, and that's enough to overturn the possession back to Team New Zealand. Baggett. To the opposite side it goes, but luckily for Team Brazil, there's Cajaresi ready to intervene immediately. Ball in the attack. Spotted again by the referee. It was Da Silva at fault for when it comes to this possession change. Schnauer. Lambert Irwin. Schnauer. To the left side, but that was a bit of an overhit. Too strong of a pass to the left side. 1 minute and 20 seconds still left before the end of the third quarter. Freitas. Spots Romagnoli on the left, and that's a fine save. Already another 18 seconds for Team Brazil. Jackson Martin doing his part of the job there. Now let's see what is going to happen in the remaining 63 seconds. Change of the score. Regarding that portion, of course, now it's Wolfhorst, a lob pass to the 2-meter line, a tricky one. They didn't really quite find the designated player. It was Cesar da Silva. Baggett. Johnson. Schuler. To the left side, precise, powerful one. Ashwin Keshwara. (13-5) with 30.4 seconds left. Fine action shot goal from there, from that position. Kind of shots that were definitely lacking when it comes to Team New Zealand and what they have shown so far. Leme. Martins. Nice dribble from the player with the cap number 9. Drawing the exclusion, so Baggett has to go out for the second time. It's him, Clemens, Phillips, and Schnauer. As the players with 2 personal fouls so far. Less than 10 seconds to go. It's Freitas switching the possession to the left side, and from the right one, the final shot of this third quarter. Brazil 13, New Zealand 5, 8 minutes still to come. Going into the final 8 minutes of this first match of our morning session. It's Brazil 13 and New Zealand 5. And quite an interesting split of goals, I should say, because the first quarter, 6 goals, second one, 6 goals, third one, 6 goals. So it was 4-2, 5-1, and 4-2 in favor of Team Brazil. That asserted a dominance early on and just kept getting their advantage up. So now, as you can see, 13-5 for them. We'll see what the final score will be on the scoreboard when we put game 1 of this day in the books. Another swim off one by Team Brazil. Freitas, fine one from the 2-meter line, but not into the back of the net. On the side netting is where the ball went in the end. Iverson. Schnauer has 2 players that went immediately and stopped him from making anything else than what he has done there. And now he's doing just enough to get one of the Brazilian players excluded. It's Martins, Phillips, Moody, Iverson. Iverson hits the opposite post. Freitas. Martins. 8 seconds left for this attack for Team Brazil. Romagnoli. Leme hitting the near post. But in the end, that should be a potential check for when it comes to this particular situation, or the referees have seen enough immediately. So there you have it, his decision. Exclusion with substitution. Red card shown to player with the cap. Number 4 is all good on the other side. Can't really tell from my commentary position, but nevertheless, we'll know in a few seconds. So, Artur Diaz, like I said, the player that got shown the red card. Well, you know how it goes when we see that previous shot. Let's see all together a bit better. Like I said, immediately I thought it is going to be reviewed. Now it is definitely after that coach's challenge. So, well, not much needed to be said there. Like I said, quite a bit better of understanding there of the situation. With this exact frame over and over and over again. And it was funny as the team head coach of Brazil, Mr. Georgia, waited for Diaz, and then when he showed him that he's the one that got hit, that's where the green flag was thrown into the pool, asking for, of course, the coach's challenge for this VAR review to be in progress, in motion, setting it to be. Still waiting for that final verdict to see what impact did this VAR review leave in the end. So, yep, like we could all together see as well. No need. For that red card. Venga, venga. So we're gonna scratch that. And he goes back into the field of play. Let's continue with the match after we got that sorted out. Phillips. Ball from Martinelli. Now a chance for a fast break goal. Let's see. An exclusion for number 8, meaning it's Clements, who goes out for the third time. Yep, red flag is up, meaning it's his third and final exclusion, so no more game time for him. And timeout called by Team Brazil. On we go. Let's see what this power play has to offer. Not the best pass at first. Romagnoli back to the right wing position. No chance to get it to one of the posts or into the goal after this Martinelli's shot. Like I said, Clemens with his third and final exclusion. The first player that got the bystander status. Irvin, Ibbotson, Keshvara, not the best pass, but 2 seconds still left for this attack. Not enough time nor an angle, to be honest, to even take the shot towards Gomez's goal. Limit. Good ball passing, but then in the end, lack of that final act. It was Diaz on the 2-meter line. Yep, with the cap number 4. Saved by Jax Martin for the 9th time, if the statistics is correct. Ibbotson. Keshvara. We ended things off with his goal in that third quarter. Now we're kicking things off, obviously, when it comes to the goal-scoring portion of this match in the last 8 minutes with his goal as well. %50 of shot efficiency. And it's Brazil 13, New Zealand 6. Quick glance at the big board. No Brazilian player has 2 personal fouls. 8 of them with only 1 so far. 3 players on the other side for Team New Zealand that need to be careful not to join Clements too soon. Martins, another ball to the 2-meter line, and that's another goal. Zerbieli joins the scorers list. Goal number 6 for him in this tournament. Let's add that as well. Schuler gets the ball back from Ibbotson. 2 of them exchanging the ball. Less than 10 seconds. Who's it gonna be? Keshvara after a poor pass. Keshvara blocked by Zerbieli. Romagnoli. Dribbling past his opponent, Romagnoli. Followed by Lambert Irvin. Leme hits the post. One goal on each side of the pool so far in this last quarter. After 6 scored in the first, second, and the third, like I said previously. Ibbotson. Keshvara opting for the left side of the attack, and it's a goal. Good call. Isaac Schuler. Into the near corner. Could have been a bit better of a reaction there from Lucas Gomez, but nevertheless, enough advantage as it is for Team Brazil not to have any problems whatsoever when it comes to their next obstacle and their next challenge, like they wanted when it comes to that final rankings. And it's gonna be third game that Team New Zealand lost in this tournament since we kicked things off on the 14th. good defensive display from Jean Baggett in the meantime, getting back and helping out his teammate to steal the ball back into Team New Zealand's possession. Iverson. Phillips. Back to Iverson it goes. Phillips yet again. Looking over to his left. 5 seconds still. Baggett, Iverson, and that's the second left. Before this whistle, and before this sound would be better. Martins. Romagnoli. Romagnoli, fine pass to the 2-meter line, but in the end it's Chunkson who gets the ball. Baggett. Nice save from Gomez. Second one of the match when it comes to his saves compartment. 5 from Barbosa, 9 in total for Jax Martin. And it's still less than 2 minutes to be played. Cerecer make that save number 10. Fine one from Isaac Schuler. Good link up. Second consecutive goal for him. Spotted by his teammate on that right wing position. A minute and 34 seconds still to go. Romagnoli. Following the attack by one of the Brazilian players. Meaning New Zealand has their chance now to make it 14-9. Phillips swimming through the middle to the 2-meter line. Iverson opting for ball towards the left side of the attack to the outside line. Schuler saved by Gomez. And there's player with the cap number 11, if I see correctly. That should be Wolfhost swimming and being the quickest one to the opposite side of the pool. Last minute of the match being played right now. Martins. 3 seconds left. Martins with a lob shot, but not with a goal as well. Baggett spots Lambert Irvin onto the left side of the attack. Back to Schuler. Iverson. Schuler. Ball goes to Baggett, and that's an exclusion for number 9. Meaning it's Martins that goes out. Less than 8 seconds. Is it going to be goal number 9? Chunkson. And there you have it. That's all for the first match of our morning session here on day 4 in Zagreb in World Aquatics Men's Under-20 Water Polo Championship. It's Brazil 14, New Zealand 8 as the final result, as the second round, Group G, is in motion. Still one more match to come when it comes to this exact round, and this exact group is going to be Argentina versus Singapore, starting at 10:30 a.m. local time. Welcome back, everybody, for our second match here in Zagreb on day 4 when it comes to the World Aquatics Under 20 Men's Water Polo Championship. It's Argentina versus Singapore, second round, Group G. We're still staying there when it comes to the things and, of course, our program this morning. And when it comes to the team lineups, let's start with that. There is a new name within the Argentina's national team. So it's Ventoso, Teixeira, Mazzoni, Camino, Conti, Mecosi, Calcagno, Rosso, Acuna, Rivera, the captain De Luca, Saavedra, De La Rosso, Greco, and the new name, Matias Piccato, when you compare this national team lineup to their previous game. They did end up the first portion of this competition as second place to national team in Group E with 3 points. They won against Colombia with the result 13-5, and it was that defeat at least. When it comes to the match that they played against Australia, it was 19-11, so meaning they get the second place and they move on to this round-robin round. When it comes to Team Singapore, they did not score any points in their Group F. They did finish third in the end, so second place in one group against the third one in the other is the way to go of this round. And their 2 previous matches were 13-8 against China and then 20-6 against Canada as their 2 defeats previously in this pool. When it comes to their national team and their lineup, it's Menon, Wong, Go, Chao, the captain, Lo, Shaik, Zi, Rohaizad, Ong, Ikinong, Si, Li, Wong, and Vassavani, meaning that Neo is out if you compare this lineup to the team that played against China, and the new name is Wong with the cap number 14. So one new name in each national team. If we're comparing lineups, the referees of the match are Viktor Sanlichenko from Kazakhstan and Hatem Gaber. From Egypt, the TWPC delegate is Mario Barguljan, the VAR official Robert Matosic. In case you missed, we already had one match played at 9 a.m. It was Brazil versus New Zealand. It was 14-8 in favor of the Brazilian side that did assert dominance early on, and it was just a matter of question with how big of an advantage in favor of Brazil is the match going to finish in the end. So when it comes to the current group that we're following along together, this is how the things stand after the one match played at 9 a.m. like I said. Adriano Mazzoni, the player that our camera was being focused on. Player with the cap number 6 should be the one that's gonna sprint to the ball first for Team Argentina, Lazzaro Conti. And on the other side, number 5, meaning it's the captain, Jun Keidan Lo. Around 40 seconds before the match officially starts. And then we're going to have a bit of a break because our next one is scheduled at 4 p.m. local time. It's going to be South Africa versus Kazakhstan. We're going to switch off to Group H. Another match there is going to be Colombia versus Canada, and then the 2 crossover matches being Iran versus Germany and Australia versus China to top off today's schedule and today's water polo program. So plenty of more water polo action to come. starting in 3 seconds. And off we go. First possession secured in favor of Team Argentina, thanks to Conti. Mazzoni. Conti now on his position at the right wing, sees his teammate getting deep position and getting the first love goal. Tobias De Luca, the captain of Team Argentina. Fine way to open the match. And the score sheet as well. Shaikh. Ong. Ong. No goal for the first attempt. When it comes to Team Singapore, getting the left post. Saavedra sees Conti blocked by Matias Go. Ivak Lee again as the starting goalkeeper when it comes to Team Singapore and the Blue Caps. Go. Wong. Wong to the right winger, then to the opposite side. It was supposed to find Shaikh. Five seconds left, waiting for that player to get on the 2-meter line. Exactly a second there for Wong, who's gonna put the ball to the right side of the pool as it goes when it comes to time's up situations, or soon to be time's up. Either side of the pool will do, and then swim back towards the defensive part of your tasks. Let's see how well does Wong do. Saavedra. Conti. Additional block being a Shaikh, keeping an eye out on the opponent's 2-meter line player, but not enough of keeping an eye out on this one. Adriano Mazzoni. Introduction to this match. 6-meter action shot goal from the left post to the opposite corner. Still waiting for the first answer when it comes to Team Singapore. Go. Still keeping the ball. Now it's Shaikh. Quite far away from the attacking zone and quite far of finding Chow, the player that was supposed to get that ball. Now a chance for Saavedra, who's all alone. One-on-one situation, and Saavedra scores. 3-0. Anything else his opponent possibly did there, it was Ong with the cap number 11. It would result most likely in a penalty shot in favor of Team Argentina. Shaikh pushed all the way back to his 6-meter line. Wong. Exclusion for number 13. Meaning Mazzoni is now between the posts as his goalkeeper is out. Him with a block as rest of the Argentinian players as well, but it won't do. Player with the cap number 7 being Justin Kim Jan Shaikh, scoring first goal for Team Singapore with the extra man in the pool. Teixeira. Not the best ball. Camino tried to save it to stop it, but no can do this time. Wong. Wong saved by Del Rosso. Conti. Mazzoni. Exclusion for player with the cap number 3 being Go. Mazzoni. First power play attempt from Team Argentina. Let's see how it goes. Conti to the opposite winger, who tries to find just enough of an angle, but won't do. Roja is out. So the ball on the right side of the attack. A bit crowded there between Ong and Shaikh. Low. Shaikh trying to find Ong on the 2-meter line, and time's up. 3 minutes and 50 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Teixeira. Followed by Chao. Teixeira with a shot, but not with the necessary precision to make it 4-1. Return of the possession. Mazzoni. Camino. 4-1. Camino. Doing just as his surname says, making way for goal number 4 when it comes to Team Argentina in this first quarter. Again, a game in which right off the start we have a clear vision and clear picture of which team is the one dominating and asserting dominance. But then again, quite some time left, not only in the first quarter, but by the end of the match as well. Number 7 with the exclusion, meaning it's Mekosi. Second power play awarded to Team Singapore. From the first one, they did get their first goal. Low from the right post. Fabulous link-up play. Textbook kind of way you deal with your power plays and the way you find the back of the opponent's net. 4-2. Thanks to this young man, Jake C. Two out of 2 when it comes to power play so far for Kenta Shirahame's team. Mazzoni. To the 2-meter line it goes, but not much. The player with the cap number 6 could do there. Shaikh. Great ball to the right side, and there's the goal number 3. Goal number 3 scored by the player with the same number of a cap, Matias Go. Getting Singapore a step closer to leveling the score. So it was C and it was Go, mini series of 2 consecutive goals. Rivera looking over to his teammate on the 2-meter line, but Calcagno will wait a bit longer on that first goal of his in this match. Low. Exclusion, possibly for one of the Argentinian players, and it's going to be number 9, meaning it's Rosso Acuna. Third power play attempt. Is it going to be free out of free for Singapore? Let's see. Go. Switching the possession to the right side to Ong. Low. Now it's a C. He sees it. He scores it. It's 4-4. Three goals went unanswered by Team Argentina. Changes to be made on the both sides before we go on with the remaining time in the first quarter. Mazzoni. Ball to the left and a chance for a goal, and there he goes. Santiago Rivera. The Argentinian team needed that answer after 3 goals. And 3 attempts that went into the back of Martin Del Rosso's net. +1 back to Team Argentina. A bit over than a minute to go. Low. Go. No center player for Team Singapore. One already swimming towards the defense is Xie. And this one goes in the back of the net. Number 11. Ikine Joshua Ong. Leveling the score yet again. Into the near corner. It did again. Into the net. For the 5th time, Martin Del Rosso has to take the ball out of his goal. Mazzoni. It's a Calcagno, then a great link-up play yet again from the 2 players on the 2-meter line. Calcagno with the assist, Rivera with the goal. Again, the man that gets that +1 back on the Argentinian side quite quick after they received the goal. Necessary changes to be made. And the clock says 33.4 seconds left before the end of the first quarter. Low. Ball goes to the right side of the attack. Wong now opening the space for his teammate. Not the best ball passing skill there, that's for sure, towards Xie. Del Rosso. Less than 10 seconds. Who is it going to be? Rosso Acuna. Now it's Camino opening up to receive the ball, but the option that Rosso Acuna was going for was the player on the 2-meter line. And with that Saavedra's shot, we're finishing things off in the first quarter. We've seen 11 goals in total, 6-5 for Team Argentina. All of the necessary first quarter statistics you should know. sprint is going to go in favor of Team Singapore in the end. Ong, Shaikh, Low. Back to Shaikh it goes. Ball to Ong on the left side and into the goal. Second goal for Ikin Joshua Ong. Scored for 5-5, now for 6-6 as well. Like I said in the first quarter, no matter the dominant strong start for Team Argentina, still a long, long way to go before the end of this one. Conti finds his teammate, one off on the 2-meter line. De Luca, attempt from Santiago Rivera, won't count in the end. Not enough precision there to get that +1 back on the Argentinian side. But now there's a chance for the opposite one to do just that. Jaika C draws the exclusion. Number 6, Conti, is out for the first time. 3 out of 3 power plays so far for Team Singapore. Is this 4 out of 4? Shaikh. Passavani. There it is. The first advantage in favor of Team Singapore. Passavani scoring his first of the match. Let's see, does the Argentinian side have an answer ready? Teixeira. De Luca on the 2-meter line. Behind his back, it's Rivera swimming as the second 2-meter line option. Second center option, great defensive display from Shaikh. Taking the ball, stealing it without any additional whistle from the referee. C. Low. Shaikh. 10 seconds still for this attack. Shaikh with a ball. Shaikh without a goal, but with another opportunity to do so in the next 18 seconds after Ventosa's intervention. Shaikh, this should be turnover fall. And it is. So Santiago Ventosa swims to the ball, looking over to the left, to the right, who's available for the pass. And it's not going to be Conti, it's going to be somebody on the left side. Meaning it's going to be Camino. Still Camino, still 10 seconds. Dispossessed by Loh, the captain of Singapore. Lee immediately spots Rojaizad on the right side. Jaika C swimming to the center forward position. Now there's Loh as well. Go. Shaikh. Shaikh to the 2-meter line. Lasvani. Not really with the best attempt or chance to do better. Rivera. Rivera, again, turnover fall by the previously mentioned player, who did in the end agree with the referee and with his decision. Rojaizad. Ball goes to Shaikh on the right wing position. Let's see who's going to take up that spot on the 2-meter line. That's where C is going to go. Go, trying to get that fall and then a shot afterwards, but no can do, thanks to Saavedra. Conti. Conti spots his teammate available. It's De Luca, and it's a penalty. Number 3, meaning it's Matias Go, his second personal foul, so he should be careful. as it's, well, not even halfway in the second quarter. And if you watch the previous games, of course, it's going to be this player. Teixeira versus Lee, and it's going to be Alejo Teixeira. Especially in that last game Team Argentina played. 2 or maybe even 3 penalty shots were scored by him. So 100% of efficiency in that department. 10th goal of the tournament as well. Z. Ciao. Back to Z. Onk. Again, initially without the player that is the designated center, but then again, opening up the space after swimming either to the left or the right wing. Wong was opting for the right one now. And then swimming with the player that's maybe not even a center forward. Naturally, as his preferred position, but this is obviously a preferred position for the captain, Tobias De Luca. First it was Teixeira from the penalty shot, and now De Luca giving back that +1 advantage to Team Argentina. Low. Z. Low. Again, opening the space in the middle for somebody to swim to. Well, Ang won't make it in time as there's 4 more seconds. And he's turned to the left side, so time's up. Chance for a +2 again for Team Argentina. Ventoso. Mazzoni. Dispossessed by Law, the player with the cap number 8, being Calcagno. Von. Law. Chance for a shot, and he takes it. Ikin Joshua Ong. Obviously, man, 2-level the score as he did on 2 previous occasions. Goal number 5 of this tournament for him. Mazzoni. To the left side of the attack it goes. Teixeira tried to keep it in his possession, but doesn't really see this referee's decision as the correct one. Wong. Wong goes all alone in the end, but Ventoso is the one that gets the ball. Mekosi. Mazzoni. Conti. Back to Mazzoni. Mazzoni saved by Lee. Is there another chance for the attack? Yep, there is. Additional 18 seconds, and that's a penalty shot. Number 12, meaning it's Jacob C. with his, is it a first or is it a second personal foul? It is going to be the first, and it's going to be a second attempt from Teixeira to do just as he did the first time, put the ball in the back of the opponent's net from the penalty shot. Is this 9-8? Teixeira versus Lee, when the player that has to move further a bit does exactly that. Teixeira scores again. 9-8. Rojaizad, Shaikh, Ong, back to Shaikh. Onto the right wing it goes, two options as to who could receive the ball, but in the end it's going to be one of the Argentinian players. Rivera. Rivera with a dribble, see, trying not to get an exclusion. Does well. Camino. To Calcaño, Lisa intervention. As well as Rojaizad is enough to steal the ball back into the possession of Team Singapore. Low. Rojaizad. C. 3 seconds to go. Attempts to do a lob shot, but goes over the goal in the end. Rivera swimming in the counter. Turnover 4. With the remaining seconds mostly in favor of Team Singapore, if everything goes according to their plan. Rojaizad. Time's ticking before the half-time. It's going to be less than 10 seconds, and it's going to be an exclusion for number 3, Mazzoni. Ong, and that's the goal. 9-9. Squeezing it into the near corner. 4 out of 5 when it comes to his shots so far. Absolutely the first name when it comes to the scorers. But there's still 2 more quarters to come. Less than a second after Lee's intervention for Team Argentina. And it's blocked by the captain, the Chune Keidan Lo. Argentina 9, Singapore 9. Still 16 more minutes of play to be seen here in Zagreb, Croatia. All set for the remaining 16 minutes, starting off with the third quarter when it comes to this match between Team Argentina and Singapore. It's 9-9, and the first possession of this penultimate quarter goes to Team Argentina. A team that started off strong, but Singapore steps their game up, and for the majority of, well, last quarter, definitely, it is a goal of a difference, or the score is leveled. Let's see, with their first attack, what can they do? Low, after stealing the ball, still low, and that's not going to count. The ball did not pass fully the designated goal line. Back between the posts, it's Martin Del Rosso. Teixeira, too high, too strong of a ball for his teammate on the opposite wing. Second down, more to go. And the only thing you can possibly do with that much off time, and of course the angle that he was in, make sure the opponent doesn't get to the ball that quick and swing back. Cho. Low. Goes outside to Shaikh, then to the left wing. Low. Low hits the opposite post, staying at 9-9. Go. Calcagno, then Camino. Now it's Mazzoni. Mazzoni towards Teixeira, who has a chance but does not get the goal in the end, thanks to Ivakli. Another intervention from the Team Singapore's goalkeeper. Low. Ong, saved by Del Rosso. Second save for him. Mazzoni. Conti giving it to the center player, and that's going to be additional 18 seconds after De Luca's attempt. He's sending it to the left side of the full from my commentary perspective. So it's Teixeira, then it's Camino, back to Teixeira. Is he gonna put it to the 2-meter line? Yeah, it will, but it won't be into the back of the net in the end from the captain Tobias De Luca. Still 9-9, still no goals in this penultimate quarter. Will that change now? Low. Wong gives back the ball to his captain. Then on to the left side of the attack, nicely done by Lazzaro Conti. Dispossessing his opponent with the cap number 11 being Joshua Ong. Mazzoni. Camino. Nice ball, but it will be penalty shot in the end. Majority of the job done by Tobias De Luca. Nice pass towards him as well. Should be noted as well. And it should be noted that it's again Alejo Teixeira on the 5-meter line. Wong with the personal foul. First one of the game. It's Teixeira versus Lee for the third time. And it's a goal for the third time. Designated player when it comes to the penalty shots and penalty goals. Goal number 12 of this tournament when it comes to his goal contribution. national player will leave the field of play, and off we go. Lo. Savani. Still keeping the ball. Down to the left side to Ong. Swing through the right side from Rohaizad. As the center player. Now it was Lo that hits the woodwork. Almost halfway there when it comes to third quarter. Only one goal, and it was this penalty shot from Teixeira. Mazzoni. Camino. Saavedra. To the 2-meter line it goes, and into the back of the net. It's number 8. Bautista Calcagno. It's 11-9 for Team Argentina. Goal number 4 of this tournament. And for the first time after the first quarter, Argentina has +2 on the scoreboard. Lo. Z. On to the left side of the attack. Poor pass. Intercepted by Mazzoni. Looks over to left. Is there anybody who's available in the counter? Not yet. Still it's Mazzoni. A ball towards Saavedra. And it's a penalty shot. Again. Number 5 being the captain Lo. And it's going to be the first attempt from Adriano Mazzoni from the 5-meter line, from the penalty shot. Chance to go +3 yet again. Mazzoni, and he scores. He scores to make it 12-9. A good start in this third quarter from Team Argentina, that's for sure. As strong as they started the first quarter. Second goal for Adriano Mazzoni in this match. But keep in mind, it's 3 consecutive goals scored for the nominal hosts of this match. And Singapore still without an answer. Vong. Lo. No center player just yet. Vong. Shaik. C. Back to Shaik. Lo. Waiting for somebody on the 2-meter line. It's going to be goal. And it's going to be a shot from Shaik from the outside line, from the 6-meter line. No precision there. And no precision in this ball passing as well from the Argentinian goalkeeper Del Rosso. Lo. C. Skip shot without the necessary precision. For the first answer from Team Singapore. Let's know that as well. 2 minutes and around 20 seconds left before the end of the penultimate quarter. It all goes into the favor of Team Argentina, and will it continue that way? Saavedra, good ball. It looked like it at first, but in the end, the offside was the turnover fall. Vong. Lo. Vong. C. Vong. Hongkai Vong. 3 seconds to go. Attempting to put the ball into the back of Martin Del Rosso's net, but he denies it. Another save for him, meaning it's his second of the match. Conti. Good understanding of the game, good reading of play there from the Singapore player with the cap number 13, being the goalkeeper Iva Klee. And on the other side, an exclusion for a player with the cap number 6, being Lazzaro Conti, his first of the match. Low, ball transition to the other side, to the left winger, then it's a C. Low, back to the right post, and then into the woodwork yet again for the national team of Singapore. Exclusion for, oh, sorry, it wasn't. Got carried away there with the official announcer. 15 seconds still for this attack. It's Mazzoni. Mazzoni, Saavedra. Saavedra looking at that diagonal shot, and he takes it. Saavedra with a goal, making it 13-9 for Team Argentina. Topping off this quarter in the best way possible for them. Getting that a bit more comfortable advantage, that's for sure, comparing to how things went down in the previous period of the game. "27 seconds left. No answer for Team Singapore. When you look at the overall state of this quarter, not enough time to change that before we call it quits for this round. Go. Fall worthy of an exclusion for number 15, being Picatto. Shaikh. No goal again, thanks to Del Rosso. Saved by Martin Del Rosso. And it's going to be Argentina 13, Singapore 9, heading into the last 8 minutes of this match when it comes to second round and Group G. That extra player portion got a bit worse, well, when you compare it to 5 out of 5 Team Singapore had after 16 minutes. Four consecutive goals scored by Team Argentina. That's definitely gonna be, if of course it ends that way, in favor of Team Argentina, the key moment, key portion, key part of the game, whatever you want to call it. Not only Teixeira and Mazzoni from the penalty shot, but also Calcagno and Saavedra, who stepped up as well, making it 13-9 in favor of Arregui's players. Eight more minutes before we end the second match of our afternoon, oh sorry, not afternoon, morning session here in Zagreb, Croatia, then the afternoon session. Another sprint, won by Team Argentina. Scatto immediately to the 2-meter line, but the defensive task from Team Singapore were executed perfectly. Shaikh, Low, Chow, back to Low. His teammate couldn't really keep the ball in his possession. It was number 3, meaning it was Mattias Go. Del Rosso, Teixeira, Mazzoni, Camino. Less than 10 seconds for this Argentinian attack, saved by Lee. Attempt from Santiago Rivera, the player that was on the right post. Chow, Low, Shaikh, not with the necessary precision, but 18 seconds go on the shot clock as the opponent's goalkeeper touched it. Starting off from Jacob C, who's gonna pass the ball to the left side to his teammate Ong, and now the remaining 18 seconds of the new attack. Shaikh, switch of position there between Low and Chow. Chow, blocked by number 11, being the captain, Tobias De Luca. Del Rosso. Spots on the right side his teammate Rivera. Now it's Mecozzi. Mazzoni. Teixeira to the 2-meter line. Good attempt from De Luca. Staying at 39. Chow. Go to the left side of the attack where there's Ong. Chow. Shaikh. 5 seconds left, not even that much, and it's a save again for Del Rosso. So we're gonna prolong that part of the match without a single goal from Team Singapore from the previous quarter, then the time that has passed so far in this last one. Teixeira, no goal. Shot hits the woodworks again. Not only that there's no goal from Team Singapore, it's the same other way on the other side. Is that gonna change? Goal scores for Team Singapore. Pass break shot, making it 13-10. And like I said, after quite some time now, almost maybe 11, 12 minutes, first answer from Team Singapore, and the second goal for Mattias Go. +4 is the biggest advantage we've seen so far in this game between Argentina and Singapore. The biggest one up to that point was 3 goals of a difference. Something that we've seen at the start of the game, but then Team Singapore stepped up and managed to level the score and make it for the majority of the second quarter either +1 or the score was leveled. Low. Chance to score yet again from the fast break, and the opposition player with the cap number 12 doing just enough for another penalty shot, but this one in favor of Team Singapore, and it's gonna be Go on that 5-meter line. Funny with his reaction after he received the ball. Is it gonna be Go? Is it gonna be Del Rosso? Let's see, let's find out. Go, one score. Great save for Martin Del Rosso. Piccato. Rosso Acuna to the right winger. It goes. Followed by C. Saavedra passing the ball to Teixeira, who draws the exclusion number 5, meaning Low has to go out for the second time, second personal foul for the captain of Singapore. Saavedra to the left side, and that shot won't go into the back of the net of Ivakli. Go. Cho saved by Del Rosso, and of course additional 18 seconds of the attack will start in a few seconds. Coach's challenge. The flag went into the field of play. Head coach of Argentina and a conversation with one of the referees. See what he is showing. That's what we should be looking at as well. Hopefully soon. Let's see. VAR review in progress. Possible violent action. Something that is being checked here. From the point of view of the head coach of Argentina. See, that's the moment. So, the final verdict is no violent action. On we go. VAR decision has been made. 3 minutes, 16 seconds left before the end of this quarter, and of course before the end of the second match of our morning session. Wong. Ciao. Sheikh. Chow with the swim towards the 2-meter line, and on the outside netting it goes. Goal as the only scorer when you look at the last 8 minutes, or the last quarter, whatever you want to say. Teixeira. Teixeira still keeping the ball, passing it to Saavedra. Teixeira. Teixeira with a shot. Saved by Lee, and of course 18 seconds more of the Argentinian attack. They're going to be set in motion real soon. 2 minutes, 42 seconds before the end overall. Rosso Acuna passing the ball to his center forward, and again, without the adequate solution in the attack for Team Argentina so far. Ciao. Still +3 of an advantage for them. Let's see, will it stay that way? Wong. C. Shaikh. Shaikh to the left side, but there should be an exclusion for number 7. Yep, it's Mekotsi, meaning it's his second. And timeout called by Mr. Kenta Shirahama. Two minutes, 11 seconds still to be played. Power play for Team Singapore. Chance to get to only 2 goals of a difference. Ong back to the left side of the attack. Back to Ong, including Chow now as the right winger. Chow! 13-11. Lefty in Team Singapore, squeezing it in that near corner. Actual player shots when it comes to him, 1 out of 1. First goal of the match. Let's see what Argentina has to offer as a solution to keep this advantage and to score points, of course. Picato. Now it's Conti. To the 2-meter line it goes to De Luca, and that's a penalty shot. Number 7 being Shaikh, the one that just got his first personal foul. Fifth one, if I counted that right, for Team Argentina. This is going to be a goal again, and it won't. The shot hits the post. It was Lazzaro Conti. Low. Time is running out for Team Singapore here. Low. Go. Go. Saved by the Argentinian goalkeeper. No chance for an additional 18 seconds there. Thanks to number 11, thanks to Tobias De Luca. Saavedra. Last minute of the match being played right now. Still Saavedra. De Luca on standby there if somebody tries to go and break free in the counter-attack. And timeout called by Kenta Shirahama. Less than 50 seconds to go. 2 goals of an advantage for Team Argentina now. minutes against the clock. Maybe even the last chance for Team Singapore. We'll see. And it's a goal. What a goal from Ikin Joshua Ong. Making it extra interesting in the remaining 37 seconds. Well, a bit less than that. Rivera. Mazzoni. Still with the ball. Mazzoni towards his teammate. De Luca, the captain. 8 seconds to go. The ball goes to the right side of the attack. De Luca swims now to the 2-meter line, waiting for the returning pass, and De Luca scores. Topping things off in this group, in this match, it's Argentina 14, Singapore 12. De Luca. Doing the job at a crucial part of the game, that's for sure. Nice goal celebration as well, may I add. 11.7 seconds to go, and last attempt from Team Singapore before we end things off. When it comes to the morning portion of the games, hitting the woodwork, the last, it was Ikin Joshua Ong, and that's about it. Team Argentina 14, Team Singapore 12 as the final result of this match when it comes to second round and Group G here on the 4th day of the men's under-20 water-polo championship action. So points to go to Argentina. The previous points went in the way of Team Brazil. Still 2 more second round matches up for you guys. It's going to be Group H, and it's going to be Team South Africa versus Team Kazakhstan, and then Colombia versus Canada. But the one that is up next is going to be at 4 p.m. So South Africa versus Kazakhstan. Talk to you then.